Hi there, Sandra here. Today I have been making little occasional tables. So this is the full height one that I've done, and it's got a decorative leg to it and a relatively plain top. I've just done a little score line around the interior. This one is a coffee table version because it is not as tall. If I put the two side by side, you can see same size tabletop, they're just different heights. What I've done with these is I've put a tiny amount of UV gel on the top covering the joint itself. Smooth it over. Now we have to make sure to line it up with a scalloped edge on here. You don't want to mismatch it. If you intend to paint these, I suggest you paint them before putting them together, because then it'll be easier to glue them together and not have to worry about painting over glue afterwards. The other thing I wanted to show you is my sheets of wood when I've cut things out. As you can see, particularly with this one, there is not a lot of wasted space. I still haven't thrown this out because I might just be using these other little bits at some point. Because of the accuracy of the S1, you can basically cut a piece out of just about anywhere if it is large enough to do so. And again, I've got this sheet, which, as you can see, this is where it's scorched. I still don't know. I have no idea what setting that went on to scorch it, because none of the rest of it is scorched. Yeah, so I'll be keeping it to cut out tiny little bits. That's the benefit. If you're doing anything in the way of doll's house furniture or book nooks and things like that, you can use every single scrap of wood that you have. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece that I'm not using and put it into my scrap jar. Keeping a scrap jar like this is really handy. Straight pieces that I've got, well, you nearly always want a straight piece for something, even if it's just supporting a shelf or making a shelf from it or making a book or whatever. Little pieces can always be used. I've got these little curly cues, the bits that come out of the curly cues. I've saved those as well. I think they might come in handy for shelf supports. So don't throw your bits out, because you never know what you might want to use them for, until at least you've finished your project. Then if you want to throw it out, by all means. But if you're doing a project like a book nook or a doll's house or making a lot of miniature stuff, these little bits are still valuable because they can be used.